There's no way that these numbers were accurate, so I had to do this again, and I want to record this live, no cuts, no edits for you guys. So I'm pretty sure you heard of zero water pitcher. I've used it for a lot of my life. I used it for a while because it took everything out of the water. The only thing is you have to keep filling it up like this, and the water flow is pretty slow. But I've done many tests on this water pitcher, and it definitely does work. But this new pitcher here called the Water Guys Reverse Osmosis pitcher, it was really easy to install and to basically back into its home base where it's able to fill up, and it is coming from your tap. So all right, let's do this thing. We're going to go ahead and start off with some tap water and do a simple TDS test. Stands for total dissolved solids in the water. And oh, you don't want it to turn red like that. That's at 324. So that's a very high level, and the higher the number, the more chance you're going to have contaminants, heavy metals, things that can cause some really bad health effects for you and anybody else that's using the water. Next one we're going to go with is the Dasani water. It's a water that, is pretty well known. So hopefully we don't find anything in this water that's going to raise any red flags. We have caught some of these companies before doing some dirty work, but hopefully that's not the case. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. And that is, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, a 22. A 22 is not too bad for a reverse osmosis bottled water. And, they're going to add some electrolytes, sometimes some salts, and that'll raise that number up a little bit. Now, we're going to go ahead and just add a little bit more water to the zero water pitcher because I want to make sure we have enough water while we're doing this testing so I don't have to keep filling it up. And just to elaborate a little bit more on the TDS chart, you want to be underneath 50. That's purified drinking water. When you get into the hundreds, that starts to become hard water. Anything above that is high levels of contamination by byproducts. And that's where the nasty stuff is, the stuff that you really want to stay away from. So I actually have a water analysis meter here, and it goes into way more depth. This is a meter that people use if they're hiking or if they want to, make sure that the water is safe that they're using before they drink from a stream or something like that, because it has the COD, TOC, and the TDS plus the EC of the water, and I'm going to go over what all that means. And also I have an electrolyzer as well, just so we can really see if this pitcher here is giving the quality that, that it's stating that it gives. I mean, the water looks clear, it looks good, but let's go ahead and do the testing on it. And first we're going to do the TDS for these as well, and then we'll move on to the other test that we have. I'll kind of go over a few things at once since, I don't want to keep you here all day. But the main point is to test these two pitchers here because a lot of people do know that the zero filter takes everything out. I mean, people tested sodas, they tested just crazy things through it.